Today I want to show you the equipment that you need if you want to start shooting marketing videos for your agency. What a lot of people don't know about me is that I actually went to college to be a video producer. It was my first love. I didn't get into the program, and so I became a technical writer and a web developer, but I've come back around to really loving video. A lot of people get stuck because they're like, well, I don't have the equipment. I don't have a microphone. I don't have a good camera. I don't have any way to set it up. I don't have any good lighting. So what I want to do today is I want to show you my setup. I don't claim that it's the best setup in the world, but you know what? It does the trick and it wasn't that expensive. I'm going to show you how to do it cheaply with equipment you probably already have. And then I'm going to show you how to go more upscale with it. Nothing crazy here. We're not talking $5,000 cameras. We're not talking huge lighting sets, but this is going to be good enough to help you produce content that looks as good as mine if you want it to. When you're just starting out, you don't really need anything other than, honestly, a simple iPhone. When I first started shooting content, I had my phone holder in my car. I'd put my phone on that, I'd hit record, and I'd just record myself talking as I was driving. Wouldn't be looking at the camera, I'd be focusing on the road, but I record myself for 4 to 12 minutes. I literally have content going back to 2018 of me driving and talking about things related to business. So I got a lot of reps in that way before I even bought anything else. When you're shooting video, you need two things. Your audio needs to sound good, and your video needs to look good. The default front-facing iPhone camera does okay, but there's a better way to do it. So what you do instead is you take your iPhone, you turn the video so it's looking that way, the rear-facing camera. You turn it around, and then you can use the volume button. If you click down, it starts the camera, and when you click down again, it stops recording. So that's the easiest way to do it to make professional-looking content. Similar to the front-facing camera on the iPhone, the microphone on the iPhone is okay, right? In order to improve that, what I did was I bought this Rode Micro. So you can see it right here on my shirt. You can see it plugged in here. I use the Rode Reporter app. I'm literally recording on that right now. So it comes with two, so you could have another person on there as well with the wireless mic. And it comes in this cute little case. And then you also get a couple of these fuzzy little windscreens. So the types of things that you see all the influencers out there using, right? Using a little microphone like this, you can be that cool person too. If you're recording in your car with your iPhone and you want to step it up a little bit, there's another way to do that. So you can have your one in the CD slot down here, right? But it's kind of looking up your nose a little bit. It's kind of awkward. I just got this one recently, and everything is linked below. But basically, it's a suction. So you can put it on, you can crank it down, you can adjust it, you can move it around, you can put it all sorts of different angles, and it gets you much better angles for the filming that you're doing. I also bought this phone case that it has the charger magnet in here, and this will just stick on there and it holds the phone exactly where I want it. So if you want to get a better angle in your car as you're recording, I highly recommend this. You can also stick it on glass, like around your house. You can stick it on your refrigerator. As long as it's a flat surface, it's going to stick to it. And so you can record all sorts of lifestyle content if you want to. If you're using your iPhone in your office as well to kind of get a different angle if you're just recording straight at your computer, you can also pick up some of these. So they're just cheap little things. They often come with a lot of monopods, which I'll show you here in a second. But basically, it just expands. You can put it up on a monopod or a tripod or something like that, and it will hold your phone and you can record yourself as well. Speaking of monopods, this is the type that I use. My camera that I'm recording on right here is actually on a different one, which is a bit taller. This is a shorter one that I use. This one's a little bit older, but I like it because you can also turn it sideways. So I can take my Elgato face cam, which I'll talk about here in just a second, and I can turn it sideways and I can shoot portrait videos for reels and that sort of thing. And then I can put it back up and it's still attached to the top, and I can shoot landscape style as well. So monopods, I'll link them below. They're like 20 bucks on Amazon. I honestly recommend picking up a couple of them. Like this one doesn't really tighten down. It doesn't really hold stuff super well anymore. So I bought the second one, which has done a lot better. But these are great to have around for things like recording with your iPhone or recording with your webcam, just getting a couple of different angles. Before I get into talking about microphones, I want to talk about cameras. So we talked about the iPhone and how you can use your iPhone camera to record. And once again, if you're just starting out, just use your iPhone. It's easy. Use the rear-facing camera and you're going to get great high-quality videos. When you want to punch up a level, I wouldn't use like a cheap webcam. I'm actually recording here on an Elgato face cam. So it's a gaming or streaming webcam, and I've had it, this is actually the first generation, I've had it for a number of years. The new ones they've come out with are a lot smaller, you can get them in different colors, they're only like 150 bucks to 200 bucks, like really not that bad. Records in 4K, so this makes my video look so much better than most other people that I speak with. Even if you're just doing Zoom calls or Google Meet calls or whatever that is, I just put mine on a monopod, I keep it over to the side in between my big monitor and my laptop, I bring it over in front of my big screen, and then I make the browser window about 2/3. So then I have my camera here and I can look at it, and I have my other stuff here that I need to be looking at as I'm on the call. If you want to get fancy, the Sony Alpha ZV-E10 is about 700 bucks. Comes highly recommended. It's kind of a step up above this. It's not a true webcam, it's actually a true camera. So if you want to ball out a little bit more, get a little bit nicer video, then you can go ahead and get that. And once again, that's linked below as well on Amazon. Next, let's talk about microphones and let's talk about audio. So I already mentioned your iPhone default audio. I already mentioned the Rode Micro lavalier mic, which you can connect up to your iPhone, or if you have a little dongle, you can even connect it up to your computer. But I use a podcasting microphone. So this is the Shure MV7. It's about $200, something like that. It works great. Like, it's all I need for podcast quality audio. I actually have a boom arm, which I'll show you here in a minute for how I mount this up. But this is a great microphone. I used to have a blue Snowball. So it's matte black and it honestly kind of looked like a little droid from Star Wars or something like that. That was fine as well. I found I got a little bit more feedback. You could hear me breathing a little bit more. It didn't have as good of sound muffling as this one does. So I used that for a while. I still have it around here somewhere. But when I was ready to up my audio quality, I just went ahead and bought this, and I've been super happy with it. The other one I hear recommended a lot is the Sennheiser Professional Profile. So this is well recommended by Wirecutter. I know some people that have it. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's a really, really good microphone. If you really want to ball out, you can get what's called a shotgun microphone. So I don't actually have one of them because they're pretty expensive, but you can put it up, like I could put it up on top of my screen over here, and it would be way out of the line of sight, but I could record and it sounds like it's just right here, right up against you. So if you really want to ball out with it, you don't want to have a microphone like this that you pull in and kind of look like you're a radio DJ, then you can go ahead and get that. Next, how do we mount a microphone like this? So I actually use a boom arm like this, so it expands. I mount it over to the left of where I usually sit, and then I screw the microphone onto here, and it sits down in its little holder, and I can pull it over, and I can adjust it here on the end, so I can get it exactly where I want it to be. This is the easiest way to do it. Before I had this, I actually used a little monopod. I think it was actually a little tripod, but I just had the microphone on there. And so I kept it behind my keyboard. It was close enough to my mouth that I could record good audio. But if you really want good sounding audio, you kind of need the microphone up closer to your mouth. So I moved it onto the boom arm. Plus then it's just taking up less space as I'm recording, and I can just move it up and out of the way, and I can pull it back down when I need it. Finally, let's talk about lighting. So this big thing that I've had sitting right here the whole time, this is an Elgato key light. I got this years ago. This is the big one, and honestly, it's really darn bright. So I actually have up there a Keylight Air that has apparently been discontinued, but the Keylight Nano is apparently what they have now, and I hear it's just as good. I put that up above my big monitor, and so that's actually what a lot of this light is right now. I have a lot of windows here in my office, but that is what does a lot of the lighting for me. It's like, I don't know, $100, $120, something like that. So if you want good lighting, you can do that. Obviously you can go with like the big ones that have much softer light and that sort of thing. But personally, like, I just don't have the space up here in my office. So I just don't want to like take it up and kind of dominating my whole field of vision when I'm not using it. I don't really want to be setting them up. So I just use the Keylight Air, and I actually put a piece of paper over it, so it kind of diffuses the light a lot too. So it's not just like glaring in my face when I'm sitting at my computer all day. So what are you looking at investment-wise if you want to get started with video marketing content for your agency? If you just want to use your iPhone and get a little lav mic like this, the Rode Micro Pro, it's going to be about $100 to get started. Really, really not bad and well worth it. If you want to go to the next level, what I recommend is an Elgato Facecam or similar, a Shure MV7 or similar, a monopod like this, about $20, or a boom arm, about $20 as well, and then an Elgato Light, which is about $90 to $100. In total, you're looking at about $500 to really get going and to have a much better setup than the vast majority of people are gonna have. If you really wanna ball out, you could go with that Sony ZV-E10 camera. You can go with the Rode boom arm, which is about $120. This one was about $20. Honestly, like, you don't need to go big spending on that. You can go with the Sennheiser microphone or the Shure MV7. Both are gonna be about $150 to $200. And then lighting, so like an Elgato key light, which is about $150. So in total, you're gonna be spending about $1,000, but most of that is just upgrading the camera. So depending on the amount that you wanna spend, how much you care about just true, like, really, really high resolution video quality, you probably need to spend about $500. You can go up to $1,000, $1,500, and obviously, like, you can ball out, you can go spend thousands to tens of thousands on equipment, but don't let a lack of equipment keep you from starting to make content. As I just showed you, all you really need is your iPhone or an iPhone plus a lav mic, or you can have a podcasting mic and a slightly nicer webcam, and you can keep going up from there. All of the links are down below. They're all links to Amazon. So yes, they are all affiliate links. I'll just be completely honest, but I don't recommend things that I haven't personally used and that I don't personally love. So any links off to other places, like, those are obviously not affiliate links, but anything Amazon is. So go buy some equipment if you want it, or just go take your freaking iPhone and go outside and start shooting some video. All right. See y'all later.